Good morning, my friends. I'm Clover, and this is Genuinely Approachable Sudoku. And today we are solving Zoe by Philip Newman. Zoe is Philip's 7-year-old daughter, and this puzzle is a German whisper Sudoku. So what does that mean? We have standard Sudoku rules. We're placing the digits 1 through 9, ones each in each row, each column, and each outline 3x3 region. And then we have some green lines and digits that are directly connected to each other by a green line, like these two digits or these two digits or these two digits and so on, have a difference of 5 or more. So they could be, for example, 7 and 1 because those have a difference of 6, but they could not be 4 and 6 because those have a difference of only 2. Okay, we're going to start with 4s. Actually, we're going to start with 5s because 5 can't ever go anywhere along a line. There aren't any Sudoku digits that have a difference of 5 away from 5. So 5 in this region can only go here. And so now we're going to start with 4s. We have 3 4s here, here, and here, and that keeps us from placing a 4 anywhere in box 3 except for in those cells. So that's going to be our 4. Now the only digit that's 5 away from 4 is 9, so that's going to be a 9. Therefore, this has to be low, so that's 1, 2, or 3. So these have to be high. However, neither of these can be 6 because 6 can only be next to 1. That's the only digit that's low enough to go next to a 6. Therefore, 6 can't be between two digits that see each other on a green line. So this has to be a 7-8 pair. Because these both have to be able to go, this has to be able to go next to 7. This can't be a 3. These are both low, so these are from 1, 2, and 3. And then this must be our 6 because that's our last remaining digit in the region. Because this is a 6, the digit next to it is a 1. That's a 2, that's a 3. So we know 7 can't go next to 3. That's not far enough away. So that'll be an 8. And this will be a 7. Now if we look over here, 4 has to go next to 9. So this is going to be low. This is going to be high, but for the same reason described before, it can't be a 6. That would have to go between two 1s. And we already have an 8 in the row. So that's going to be a 7. And then that makes this either 1 or 2. This is also 1 or 2. And this has to be high, and it can't be a 6, a 7, or a 9, so that must be an 8. And then this is a 3 because it's the last remaining digit that could possibly go next to an 8. There's a 1 in this row, so that's a 2, that's a 1, and then this is a 5-6 pair. Okay, so now this is a 1-9 pair. If you look down here, the 6, like I've been saying over and over, can only go next to 1, so those will both be 1s. That makes this a 9. So now we know which way around our high and low digits go on this line. So 9 is going to go next to 2 or 3. And because there's a 3 in the row, that's a 2. This is now a 7, our last digit in the row. And we still need to place an 8 and a 3, and they have to go this way around to make the line work correctly. Alright, 1's going to go next to 6, 7, 8, or 9. It can't be a 6 because then 6 would have to go next to two different digits that see each other, and they couldn't both be 1. It can't be a 9 because there's a 9 in the column, so that's a 7 or an 8. Now 7 or 8 have to go next to pretty low digits. Those have got to be either 1, 2, 3, or 4. We've used 3, 4, and 1, so that's a 2. So now this is a 7 or a 9. But this has to be pretty high. It can't be 1 or 2, and 1 and 2 are the only digits that can ever go next to a 7, so that must be a 9. And then this is going to be a 3. We can't use 4 either because there's a 4 right there. Now this will be either 8 or 9 to go next to a 3. It has to be at least 5 away. That's going to be 2 or 3. And that's going to be 8 or 9 here. Okay. Now what? What was my next step here? I need a 1 in the column, so that's going to be a 1. And that's going to be 8 or 9. And then these are going to be from 2, 3, and 7. Okay. Now I need a 4 somewhere in this region. There's only one spot remaining for it. It's right there. These have to be 5, 7, and 9. So this is going to be a naked 7 because we have 5 and 9 in the column. That resolves that into an 8. And I'm going to place my 5 and 9 to finish the row. These are now 3 and 6. Okay, that's taken care of. And now I need a place for 8 in this region, in region 6, so that's going to be an 8. These are going to be 3, 6, and 7, so that'll be a 7, 3, and 6 based on what's in the columns already. This is a naked 2, and then I have a 1 and 4 here. And then I have a naked 5 and a 7 and 9 here. And then we should be able to finish off the puzzle using classic Sudoku. I think we have exhausted everything we can do with the German Whispers constraint. These are going to be 2, 3, and 7 to finish this column. And these are going to be 1, 5, and 8. And because we have 5 and an 8, 9 pair in the row, that's going to be our 1. To finish this row, we're going to have 2, 4, and 7. And that can't be a 7, and that can't be our 2. Okay, that didn't give us a whole lot. Let's see what else we can do. We need high digits here to finish this column. That's not a 7, and that's not a 7. How about right here? This is almost complete. We still need a 4 and a 9, just like that. That resolves the 8 and the 9 with that 9 there. That's a little bit useful. That can't be a 9 right there. And that can't be an 8. And I think that's enough for classic Sudoku to kind of carry us home here. So we need 1, 2, and 3 there. There's a 2 and 3 in the column, so that's our 1. And this is going to be a 7 with the 4 above it. 7 and 9, 2 and 4, 3 and 7, 2, and I now need a 3 and a 5. And that's how you solve Philip Newman's Zoe. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. The link to solve it yourself is in the description of this video, and I will see you again in 3 days.